You look so fucking pathetic right now.
What?
You do. You're just like, I don't want to do this.
I do want to do it. That's why I'm here. Welcome back.
Hey guys and gals. Hector's a little tired.
Welcome to the Thunderdome, bitch. We're tossing sauce.
Oh, we're going to try and toss sauce. We're both riding a struggle bus today, but...
For the newbies, I'm Hector.
I'm Andy.
And here we go.
All right.
It's another week.
Back at her again. I was going to count them up and have a number ready, but I forgot it.
I believe this is Epi 16 or 17.
Okay. So we're about half a month of doing this? Or wait.
4 months?
4 months, yeah.
Fuck.
Right? And we still have nothing to show for it.
Let's keep it count. This is Epi 3 under the new format, so...
Hit us with that format again just to refresh memories.
So what we're going to go through is we're going to talk current events, up-and-coming stuff, things that are happening here in the Omaha area. And then to expand upon and give back to what has given us so much in Beer League. Mm-hmm. The Beer League Blunders. And then our tip of the week. This week's Beer League Blunders, we're going to go over the naked guy in the locker room.
Because every locker room's got one.
And then stick control.
Yep.
Very important.
Absolutely.
Which actually segues into our tip of the week. We had a question from Mr. Wet Spot himself. Mm-hmm. To talk about injury prevention, injury recovery.
Yep.
When's the right time to come back, so on and so forth. So that's kind of what we're going to touch on this week.
I like it. So let's hit them with the local updates then. What do we got going on,
Local
MCHL?
Updates. MCHL, this week is the final week of the regular season. We've got playoffs starting next week.
Excellent.
For the winter season. As mentioned last week, registration's open for the summer. And I'm off this week. Don't have a game this weekend. I'm just reffing.
Oh, really?
We were one of 2 teams in the novice division that did not have a game canceled for some reason.
Interesting.
There were a couple canceled because of weather. There were a couple canceled because them damn toe pickers took over the ice. And then there was another weekend where Utes took over some ice. So
okay.
There are some makeup games being played this weekend. We don't have any to make up, so we get a bye week going into the playoffs.
Nice. That'll help.
It's Beer League.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It means you're going to have a couple of people that don't skate at all between the last game and the next game, and...
yeah, it sounds a little more hurtful than helpful.
It can be. It can be.
Yikes.
On the other hand, that means the teddy bear gets to get fresh.
Well, that's true, and I think your knees appreciate that most.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Because I'm on them so much. I'll go ahead and finish the joke.
Oh, I wasn't gonna do that. Oh. I was gonna play you like that, homie.
Oh, somebody else was thinking it, so...
Well, that's true.
I know you were thinking it. Don't look away. Look at me.
Look at me, mate. Alright, so, do I have any Beer League updates? I'm gonna be doing one, kind of. It's not really a league, but the Tim Miller Thursday night thing. Waiting for BK to officially put our names in that hat, but I think he's trying to figure out if his knees can... His other old guy with knee issues, he can see if he can handle 3 a week.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll be able to.
On the other hand, maybe that's what the arthritic guy needs.
Could be. Who knows? I'd say going stagnant and doing less is probably not going to help anymore, so fuck it. Plus, something's got to kill you, right? Might as well be something that you love.
Absolutely. Only time will tell.
Yep.
Those of you that may notice, I am feeling a little nostalgic today, breaking out the old school Menace jersey.
Oh, that's an update, too. With Moss and the boys.
Really?
Yeah. Wanting to do the open squad? We didn't talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to use the old throwback jerseys.
Not these ones, because this is the only one ever made in this style.
Oh. Well, I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah, that was a fuck up on my part way back in the beginning for the first jersey order.
Okay.
They were supposed to look like this, and
Uh-huh.
then I ordered a different jersey style by accident because I was going too fast.
Okay. Whoops.
So,
All right. Well, okay. Never mind then. You're not using that one, but
they're using, I believe, the Tron jerseys that we ordered for the first ever Hot as Hell.
okay.
So we've
All
got those in gray and black.
Well, it'll still look awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
It's still got the Drinky Crow on it too.
Yep.
So there you go.
So, upcoming, we have Good Life
Mm-hmm.
coming up next month. We're about a month away from the Good Life.
I'm excited.
Rosters are out. Just to bring things full circle from last week, if you owe money, get it paid. Let's get it done.
Let's do it.
So we can get that into the Good Life people.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my paycheck.
Yeah.
I need to get paid on Friday. But that was the deadline given to me. So, get your money in, folks.
It's much appreciated.
Pay or you no play. That's how we do it.
Let's see. I'll be in net for that one. And I think that's about it for local beer league. There's really not much going on right now other than MCHL playoffs.
Right. May, the Lancers dropping the Lancers tourney thing that Oris has put together.
Oris, I love you, bud, but the format's garbage, and I do not plan on participating.
Oh, sad. Okay. Well, I guess we need to talk about that off air probably then, because I don't know what you're talking about.
Last thing I need is my hammies getting pulled because they're going down to a 3-on-3, 4-on-4. Like,
Is that what he's talking about?
yeah, they're literally switching up like how many people are on the ice mid-period.
No.
Or by it's like 5-on-5 for the first, 4-on-4 for the second, 3-on-3 for the third.
Why? If anything, you start. Well, I guess if you drop down to 3 in the third, then you got more guys on the bench and you take quicker shifts. But why?
Oh, and regardless of shootout at the end.
I did know about that part, which is fine. Shootouts are fun for some people.
They're fine, but not after an entire period of 3-on-3.
Yeah, no.
My groin can only handle so much, which brings us to the tip of the week later on in the episode.
Right, interesting. I don't know why would he. Anyway, I can ask him about that at some point. But
It's one everybody has them. They've got that great idea that they think's so amazing, and they run with it. But once it's out there, and everybody's like, about that.
yeah,
So again, love you, bud. Good on you. The first Lancer tournament was an absolute blast, where it was your traditional, actual hockey game, not trying to recreate an all-star fiasco.
is that what he's trying to do?
I don't know. It's.
Eh.
I think since he's been playing net, he's kind of got an itch to like shootouts can be fun in net,
Yeah, it can be.
especially when you're in an all-star game and you face all 16 players. By 16, I mean the 15 skaters and their goalie,
Right.
and you go 16 for 16.
Shit.
That's when it's fun.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. But he's not even playing. Okay. All right. Well, we'll deal with that later, I guess.
Yeah.
Or not.
That's a discussion for later. I mean, it is what it is, but yeah. I do not plan on participating in said tournament,
Okay.
as I will also be balls deep in getting stuff prepared and playing for Hot as Hell in July.
That's true. Yeah. That'll have a lot of work go into that one. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll move on then to Beer League Blunders, I guess. We're moving on.
If you have current events coming up for next week's Epi, hit us up. Let us know. We'll throw it out there. We'll give you a plug.
Absolutely. We won't even charge you.
We'll spread the word for the beer league. That's what it's all about.
We just want more people skating. More skates announced. All that kind of stuff.
Hell yeah. So on to Beer League Blunders.
Yes. Let's move on to the Naked Man. In the
Oh
locker
God,
room.
everyone's had it.
Oh yeah.
I don't care who you are. You've been in a locker room with a naked person.
Which is typically fine if it's like right quick, straight, boom, showers.
Turn around.
Off you go. That's fine, whatever. But there's that one guy, Hector. There's that one guy in every room he fucking man spreads and his birthday suit just
I won't name names, but I've
For the
actually been in a
world.
locker room where a female has done that as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Unexpected.
Unexpected and unprovoked and unwanted.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Don't be the naked man or woman. Unless you're a 10, I suppose. On both ends of the spectrum. I don't know. But 45 minutes sitting on the bench in your birthday suit, that's
Right.
pushing it.
Again,
That's
I
too
understand
much.
the quick strip down and the get dressed back up. We've all...
That's fine. And even if you're like mid-conversation with someone, you're gonna go to the shower in the next 30 seconds when you're done with your sentence, that's also acceptable.
That's also why you wrap the towel.
Well, right, you wrap the towel. But so like just planting it, and especially the guy that plants it on a public bench with no barrier in between. What the fuck is that about? Like,
It's just wrong.
What do you?
You nasty motherfucker.
I don't know. I don't get it. I'm the guy that still wears fucking skivvies under his jock though too. So obviously I don't get
That's
it.
because you don't want people to see the little dick. I mean,
Irrelevant. Even if I had a third leg, I don't think I would strip all the way down. It gets too cold, man. It's too cold. Plus the cup would feel weird. I wouldn't like it. I mean, something's up with the material. I don't know. It's a personal preference. And again, I suppose being naked is a personal preference as well. But
yeah, but it's also personal preference that's frowned upon.
True.
I mean, if you wear your skivvies under your cup, that's like, you're the one who has to live with that.
Right. But
When you're the naked guy in the room, everybody has to live with that.
right, and nobody's comfortable by it.
No. Especially when you make me look like a professional CrossFit guy.
Ooh, rough.
And now we're going to go on to, because we've all seen them, we all know who that guy is.
Who, the naked guy?
The naked guy.
Yeah, oh yeah, everybody knows. Even he knows. He's sitting here, potentially probably not listening to this, and thinking, yeah, they're talking about me. I'm gonna give him a little fucking Peter copter next time. Fuck him. Meh. Which is fine. Whatever.
Although it's funny, there basically, I can think of two main rules to live by in beer league hockey, and you're set.
Which are?
Pick your fucking head up,
Yeah.
and DVD.
Yeah.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Which also goes out to the teammates in the locker room that know that you have Naked Bob on your team,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't warn the new person.
It's just right to warn them. But then again, you know, when...
Especially when warning them is warning a younger, petite female.
Yeah, you probably should just give her a heads up, but... I mean, make that past tense because it's too late now.
On the other, I get it. It's one of those deals where, chick in the locker room, if you don't want to see dick flopping around, then go change in the female locker room.
Yeah, I mean, there's always other options, but...
Which, actually, funny, because you showed me that off of Beer League Talk.
Yeah.
They had the breastfeeding in the locker room.
The mom breastfeeding in the room, yeah.
Which brings to mind the biggest question is, who the fuck took pictures?
Yeah,
and why?
Right.
Why?
Why take that picture? Like, it's fine. We're not upset that she's breastfeeding in the locker room.
Absolutely not.
Whatever.
The baby's hungry, you gotta feed the baby.
Boom.
You're in an enclosed area private area away from the public.
Right. I don't care if it's in public or not either, but...
I'm just saying, these are the scenarios around it. You were in an enclosed area that is supposed to be private.
Right, and it appeared to be a room full of women as
well. It appeared to be a women's league.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
What's the big fucking deal, bitch?
Right, I don't understand.
Apparently, why are you taking pictures?
Right, that's the thing. Why are we taking pictures of it? Like, I mean, I get, like, the I don't know, there's some sort of symbolism or something there, or, I don't know, some movement can get behind something somewhere, but at the same time...
I don't see the symbology. I don't need to see the symbology.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
St. Patty's Day, I had to go with the Boondock State reference.
Yeah, oh no, that's good. That's good. Nailed it. I mean, Willem Dafoe did it better, but it's all right. He's Willem Dafoe.
Symbolism. I believe is the word you're going for.
Willem Dafoe. Good actor. Anyway.
I'm going to have to watch that movie tonight.
Yeah, I might have to now.
So, again, Beer League Blunders overall, yes, there are millions of ways that people will fuck up.
Mm-hmm. Million and a half.
Ultimately, if you live your life by these 3 simple letters, you're going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
D, B, D. Don't
right.
be a dick.
And if you think you might be being a dick,
you're a dick.
Either A, you're a dick, or B, just ask somebody. They'll tell you. Especially in a locker room.
You don't even have to ask. Just don't fucking do it.
Well, right, but like if you don't know whether or not you're being a dick,
then stop.
Operate under the assumption that you are in fact being a dick at that point. But also, like, ask me, I'll tell you. Actually, here's the thing, you probably already know, because I'll tell you.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
I mean, we love you, but don't be a dick.
Right. And also, moving on to the next part of Beer League Blunders, part of not being a dick is being aware of your fucking stick.
Being aware, period.
Being aware, period. But a big...
Because with that, I mean, yes, being aware of your stick, because, yes, a lot of people do wear cages.
They do, but still.
Some people don't, and that's when you get into the, we'll know where you're playing and wear a cage. It's like, dude, fuck you.
Right. it's...
That's a personal preference. Not everybody feels comfortable wearing a cage because it's, for some it inhibits their vision.
Right. Also, I get the pimples down here. You get the
You can't have the pimples.
No, I gotta look good for the camera. You put a camera on me now, I feel fucking obligated to at least look half as shitty as I normally do.
Yet you still wear that shitty ass sweater.
You know what? Fuck off. At least we're in the playoffs.
Are you?
As of right this moment, no. But at least we have a shot at being in the playoffs.
Your team already shot themselves in the foot.
How so?
Because they're already trying to sell tickets for the postseason that they haven't even clinched.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
Says who?
It was on Facebook.
Okay. Yep, you're right. It's on Facebook. It's got to be true. Can't put anything that's not true on Facebook.
It was a screenshot of their website selling postseason tickets for the first round.
Well, I don't know how you can sell tickets for a round that hasn't had dates or times set, so...
Because you can still sell, assuming that you're probably going to go in as a wild card, so your home games are going to be games 3, 4, and 6, and put to be determined, to be determined, to be determined,
Here's the thing, though.
and still sell knowing what they're going to cost.
Here's the thing, though. The important part of that is it for the season ticket holders? Because they get special prices on those if they are to be sold.
I think if Cookie can access them, then no.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to fact check that one. I'm not so sure on that. But anyway,
Dropping chickens before they hatch.
You the one started talking shit. I'm defending myself.
And I'm just continuing to show your defense is flawed.
Eat a dick. So basically, what I'm driving at is even in a cage, getting whacked in the face doesn't feel great.
Oh, I'm sure it doesn't.
So boys, keep your sticks down. That's all I'm saying.
At the same time, we come back to the other big rule of keep your head up, where I've seen way too many times colliding with your own teammate, colliding with somebody else because you're not paying attention to where you're at on the ice, where anybody else is at on the ice. You're so puck focused that
dude, we had it on
you're
Monday.
essentially anywhere from 150 to a 300-pound wrecking ball.
Right, we had it on Monday. Fucking the two Iron Men. BK and Lee Victor collided the blue line. Which was fucking ugly.
Iron Men are former members of the Iron League.
Yes. Oh, shit. No, it looked rough, but they both popped right back up.
Safety first. I mean, you always...
Right.
Coming from a guy who's been popped in the face with the stick, been zippered by a stick, it doesn't feel good.
Mm-mm.
It sucks for everybody else when they got to stop the game to scrape the blood off the ice. And it sucks for the guy who's got to go fucking put a piece of sock tape on his eye so he can finish the game.
Why don't you have steri strips?
I didn't have steri strips.
You work in healthcare. You should have
steri
strips.
But I didn't have them with me.
Oh, well, then you're just dumb.
Yeah, pretty much. I didn't.
Okay.
have a spot for him in my bag at the time.
All right. Well, I guess that settles that part of that. Hector's dumb. Beer League Blunders.
I wiped the blood off. I put a piece of sock tape over it. And went right back out and finished the game.
Well, at least the sock tape is cloth.
Or, I'm sorry, it was
or not
tape.
sock tape.
Yeah, sock
yeah,
clear
sock
tape.
tape.
Not
I'm an
stick
idiot.
tape.
Not stick tape. Well, that was stupid. Why would you do clear tape?
It's stuck.
All right, fair enough. But there were a number of close calls the last handful of weeks with my face, and after Donovan hit me a handful of months ago, I remembered that I don't much care for getting hit in the face with a stick.
I actually had to call a high stick in a game last weekend.
Did you? See, there you go. Case in point. It's rampant. Don't do it.
Especially in the novice division. Holy fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. That's...
You got guys going for stick lifts. And part of that stick control too is knowing that you're not supposed to use a tomahawk chop. A two-handed fucking coming down on somebody's stick to try and play the puck.
Yeah, no, that's
it's still a slash.
That's a slash. Yep. Can't do that.
Because you're going to miss. You're going to hit somebody's wrist. You're going to hit somebody's arm. When you're behind them, you're going to hit them in the knee, the back of the leg. Which actually brings us back to the tip of the week with injuries.
Right.
The biggest way you can prevent injuries...
Don't be a dick. Keep your sticks down. No two-handing.
Pay attention to what you're doing.
Know who's around you, how close they are. Put your head on a swivel. You got to be doing it to really play the game properly anyway. So, just do it.
Do it. But in all realistic, what Weddy was getting at, and kind of what he was asking about, is he's coming back off of a knee injury. He hurt his knee. I don't know if it was the left, right, or the wee, but
it was both. I think he had come back from the one and then caught an edge and blew out the other one.
I wonder if one of those knee injuries wasn't from when I laid him out in a game.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out because he's the only one contributing to the Twitter at this point in time. So
because he hit the boards pretty hard, I was in net. He was coming in, basically had a break.
Mm-hmm.
I came out to really challenge and then decided I had enough time to go for a poke and, try and play the puck.
Okay.
Played the puck. He kept coming. I stood my ground and kind of threw his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my defensemen said I may have thrown the elbow. I don't know. Anywho, he goes down like a sack of bricks.
Yeah, okay.
Slides from basically the hash marks into the boards.
Ouch.
Yeah.
The end boards or the side boards?
End boards.
Ooh, it's a long slide. How can he not get his feet back?
Because he was on his back like a turtle.
Aw, that's sad. And now I got the image of a turtle,
spitting.
Oh, fuck. That reminds me of the time in Orlando. My family was down there for a vacation. It was like all 16 of us. We rented a van to get to and from the parks. And I remember my uncle was driving to Disney, fucking squashed a turtle, flattened that motherfucker like a pancake. The whole van jumped. It went, and my uncle goes, "Oh, that was a turtle." Oh, shit.
Anywho, so coming back off injury, somebody who has actually dealt with knee injuries, myself.
Me too.
Sprained MCL a couple years ago.
I did it in high school. Had an MCL strain, partial tear, but not enough for a scope. So.
And now the meniscus is fucked up. Like the whole knee is just jacked.
Yeah.
You got to be careful with it. Listen to your doctors. We have a couple of medical professionals that hang out with us. Dousty Poo.
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. Dousty Poo.
Absolutely. They won't give you any advice outside of the office, obviously, for legal reasons, but they'll get you hooked up with the right resources.
Depending on what's going on and how things are.
Depending, yeah. Well, so like...
Because 9 times out of 10 it's going to be NSAIDs, ice, and rest.
Good old rice.
Rest being, honestly, probably the most important part of that.
Yeah.
Listen to your body. If you don't feel right, you're not right. Don't rush it back.
Yep.
We're all very competitive. We all want to be out there on the ice. Obviously, it's more fun to play than not to play.
Right.
However, we still have jobs. We still have... I get it. There's the hockey players are tougher than any other sport.
Which is partially true. Rugby players are pretty fucking nutty. They're tough, man.
Don't inflate DeCiccio any more than need be.
I'm sorry. It's fucking true. Rugby players are fun. Dude, all right. How many hockey players... Never mind. You're right. They're kind of on par. It's about the same. I was about to bring up an example of broken hand, but there's got to be at least...
I was going to ask how many rugby players were just defibrillated and wanted to go back out there.
Who was that again?
I forget who it was, but he played for the Stars.
Stars, yeah.
On the other hand...
back, and then he sits up and goes, are we winning?
They make a good living out of it.
Well, yeah,
we do not.
We don't at all. We pay for it, matter of fact.
We pay for it. Which is another thing that I do understand. You're paying for it, and you don't want to miss so many games because you're paying for it.
Well, of course, but at the same time, if you try and rush back, you're just going to end up getting hurt worse, and medical costs way more than ice time.
Mm-hmm.
So
as far as the recovery goes, listen to your body, listen to your doctors, and just do the smart thing.
Mm-hmm. Rest, ice, elevation... Compression. And if it's, an important thing, actually, that I remember BK telling me when I was, it was actually my Pee Wee season. That story I told, fucking getting lit up and sliding into the corner. And I stayed down, of course, because the first time I'd ever been actually body checked. And instead of just being, kind of rubbed out on the boards. Bad phrasing. But, I stayed down and he came out check on me, and something that he said afterward was there's a difference between being hurt and being injured. You can play hurt, but you can't play injured. It's sort of that defining line. So being able to figure out whether you're hurt or injured and don't push it too far on that. Like me in my wrist. Some guys have asked me about my wrist. I've been taping it up the last handful of months. I got some tendonitis on the pinky side that when I go to shoot, that motion, that pressure on that tendon on the pinky side, it hurts. It doesn't feel good. But it's not injured. It's not ruptured. It's not...
You're not going to do any further damage by playing.
Well, I mean, I could. It could get more inflamed. But that's where the tape and the ice afterward and before and my naproxen 2 times a day is what I'm doing for it.
Naproxen.
Good old naproxen sodium. 400 twice daily. Actually, I think technically it's 420.
So on to the actual prevention of injury, which is the best way to do it. The best way to recover from an injury is to not be hurt.
No, don't get injured. Yep.
And the best way to prevent injury, obviously, is stretching.
Mm-hmm.
Full body stretch, a good warm up. And I'm not talking when you get out there for the 3 minutes before the skate. That's not enough time to properly stretch and warm up your body.
You got to be stretching. Honestly, I don't do it. I should practice and what I'm about to preach here. But like fucking daily routine type stretching, like right before going to bed or even first thing when you wake up in the morning before you get dressed for your day, give yourself that extra 10-15 minutes to really get a good stretch on everything.
You should also be doing that pregame, like
absolutely.
Before you head into the locker room, just kind of give yourself a quick stretch, couple of little, I don't know, jogs down the hall or something to warm up.
I'm glad you said that because I'm if voted captain for the Good Life Squad, I'm gonna implement a new team rule. Show up an hour before the skate, lap around the parking lot, team stretch.
There went your candidacy.
It's not a good platform to run on?
I mean, my idea of a team stretch is cracking open a tall boy.
Well, that's the pregame stretch.
But again, it's beer league. We're getting older. Our bodies aren't able to do the same thing. You really should be stretching properly before and after a game.
Yep.
And then hydration. hydration is key.
Yes.
And again, we should be practicing what we preach. By hydration, I mean water, not Rocky Mountain piss water, Bud Light, Pabst.
Pabst is fine. Pabst is fine.
Actual high quality H2O.
Like I said, Pabst. I said Pabst. I covered that one.
Nutrition. Actually having a workout regimen. Yes, I know. This is coming from the guy who does the hot dogs with the nacho cheese after a skate.
2 dogs, 1 bun.
That's actually Pat. That's Patty.
Oh, you've been guilty.
I've been guilty, but Patty was the one that put the idea in my head.
All right, fair enough.
But those are the best ways to prevent an injury.
Right.
Is actually having a daily workout routine.
That's what I need to work on. I mean, shit, I got a home gym in the basement, too. I don't even necessarily need to go to the fucking gym every day, but just, I've got a curl bar with light weight on it. Like, I could easily rip out a couple of sets of bis and tris.
The old adage of you're only as old as you feel really speaks to your muscles and your tendons, in that they only age when you don't use them.
Right.
Those pictures of the 80-year-old grandpas that have six-pack abs, rare, very rare. It's good genes, but it's there.
Yeah.
Because they started young with a workout routine. They kept with it. They continue with it. They eat right. They do the right things.
Well, I think being brainwashed by the draft helped.
Yeah.
That particular generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, it's one of those deals where your muscles will fatigue, they will break down, they will tear, rupture, all of those other things that most commonly what I see are groins, hammies, knees, shoulders. Now, shoulders and broken clavicles, broken ankles, stuff like that, that's going to happen because you got to remember we are playing a high-speed, fast-paced sport.
Right, with a little bit of contact every now and again. Which
Contact.
Kind of ups that
and
risk
you're
factor.
also standing on a 1/4 of an inch blade of steel.
Yeah. The knives on the feet don't help things.
So it's practice getting out there and actually learning how to do things properly.
Yep.
Proper form, proper technique.
Yep. And for those of you worried about, I've never been taught proper form, I've been working BK over pretty hard on that. I'm trying to get him to set something up for everyone. So
it's coming.
It is. It's just a matter of getting all the details figured out.
I mean, I know, me personally, I'm looking into getting a personal workout plan going because I know my knees will thank me once I'm about 40, 50 pounds lighter.
Well, I mean, you said it, not me. And I think the doc said it before you, so.
Well, I'd said it even before I went and saw the doc.
Did you?
I knew what the doc was going to tell me.
Well, yeah, that's true.
You're a fat ass, lose weight. Yeah, fuck you.
What, you got Tom Segura's doctor? Still one of my favorite bits. Dr. Dickhead. That's funny shit.
What it boils down to is take care of yourself.
Yeah, just be smart. I mean, that's really all it is, you know yourself better than anybody else does, so if something doesn't feel right, take a week off. If, that doesn't do it, get it checked out. Early identification of whatever issue it is going to give you the best outcome, no matter what.
And Weddy, if you're feeling like you're getting back to being ready to play, go to a stick and puck.
Yep.
There's no
no
shame in going out to a stick and puck and saying, hey, I can't do this, and then just walking right off the ice.
Yeah, or better yet, even a nice gentle public skate. I'll go out to a public skate. I'll make a couple of 50-year-olds.
I don't like
foolish.
public
I don't care.
skates. Because you're doing that one turn, it's hell on the hips.
Well, that's true.
And it's really tough to gauge, especially if you're going this way and it's your right knee, you're not putting any pressure on that knee.
Yeah, fair.
So I personally would say go out to a stick and puck.
Stick and puck's the best, yeah.
Do a couple, little crossovers, go around, do your normal pre-game skate that you would normally do. Mm-hmm. See how it feels. If you like it, keep going, do the full hour, see how you feel.
Yep.
Stick with the ice, stick with the NSAIDs, your Aleve, your Advils, your Motrins, your...
Take it an extra probably a couple of weeks, maybe a month longer than you think you need to, too. Just to be sure that it's actually all the way right, not just the beginning stages of feeling right. Gotta stay on it, because otherwise you're just gonna end up doing the same thing over again.
Yep.
And also, watch out for Hector. If you see Hector coming at you, just throw on the brakes, let him have the puck. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Unless you sharpened your elbow pads, in which case, head high. Bring it right in.
I'll take you out, motherfucker.
I don't know, man. You might buckle.
Have you seen Whetstone?
Yeah, dude's got like, what, 5 inches on you?
Yeah.
5 inches, which probably equates to what?
Yeah, we're probably about the same weight. He might have a couple of pounds.
I think he's got a couple on you.
He might have 10 or 15, but yeah, he's probably got a good 3 to 5 inches on me.
Yeah, because he's got probably 6 to 7 on me.
No, granted, on the other hand, I was in full kit, so...
Were you skating out, or were you...
No, I was in net.
Oh, okay.
Which he did not make an attempt to not make contact with the goalie.
I wouldn't have. How far? You said you were at the hash marks.
Yeah, I came out pretty far.
Yeah, fuck you. You're fair game at that point. And that, you know what? That's a beef I got with the NHL. The goaltenders in the trapezoid. If you're playing the puck back there and a guy's on you and you still decided to go back there, fuck you. Fair game.
I believe it falls under like the NFL with protecting the quarterbacks. You got to protect the most important player on the ice.
Or is it that the goalies and quarterbacks are the biggest pussies on the playing surface and need to be toughened up?
Really? Then you put on the pads and let me know.
No, I'm not dumb enough for that.
Or you're too big of a pussy for that.
Maybe. I don't know. Asshole.
All right, folks. Well, that's what we've got for you this week. Any ideas, throw them out. Hit us on the Twitter. Hit us on the Facebook.
Let us know. And even if you've got praise, let us know if we're doing a good job, too. Fuck, I kind of feel like I'm just talking at nobody right now, you know?
Just talking at an empty corner in my basement.
Yeah. I mean, at least we got the whole wall there. And there's a window. And
I'm all alone.
All right. We
love you. As we always say, head up, sticks down, toss that sauce.
Out.